This video is sponsored by Ultimate Guard. The holidays are coming, so feel free to use the link down below to order some Ultimate Guard products, like this solid color boulder. Ultimate Guard is made famous by their boulders, solid, reliable, and affordable deck boxes. Boulders are now available in solid colors, like this beautiful black one seen here. Find out if your local game store carries the new Ultimate Guard solid color boulders, or click on the link down below to order yourself one from Amazon. Welcome once again to Commander by Danon. Today's video was brought to us by longtime Patreon supporter Sean. Huge thanks to Sean and the rest of my Patreon supporters. Sean reached out asking for a deck built around Ojer, Pakpatiq, Deepst, Epoch, and I was more than happy to help. If you're enjoying my content, please like and subscribe. I really appreciate the support, and if you like the deck list, consider sharing this video as well. Ojer, Pakpatiq, Deepst, Epoch is a 4-mana 4/3 legendary god with flying. Whenever we cast an instant from our hand, it gains Rebound. Additionally, when Ojer Pakpatiq dies, we return it to the battlefield tapped and transformed under its owner's control, with 3 time counters on it. The reverse side of Ojer Pakpatiq is the Temple of Cyclical Time, a land. We may tap it to add a blue mana and remove a time counter from it. Additionally, we may pay 3 mana and tap it in order to transform back into Ojer Pakpatiq, but we may only do this if there are no time counters and only as a sorcery. All of the new gods from Lost Caverns of Ixalan are built in a similar vein. They do something cool, transform into a land when they die, but the land can then be turned back into a god once certain circumstances have been met. But this deck is focused on the front side of Ojer Pakpatiq, so we're going to want to have as many instants and sorceries in the deck as possible. Now, Sean also asked that there be a bit of a fun sub-theme in the deck. Let me know in the comments if you notice it. But we'll need more than instants to build a functional commander deck, and for that, we turn to our handy-dandy checklist. 50 mana sources, usually split between 37 lands and 13 pieces of ramp, 10 pieces of card advantage, 8 to 10 pieces of spot removal, 2 to 3 board wipes, 2 pieces of graveyard hate, and 1 sudden I win card. Quick announcement before we get into our video. I've started streaming on Twitch. There's a link down below in the video description, but the address is twitch.tv/DanonWildfire. Feel free to swing by. I'll be talking about Commander, anime, manga, or whatever else chat wants to discuss. I just started a new job, but I'm going to try to stream on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays in the evenings. Nykthos, Shrine to Nyx, War Room, Reliquary Tower, Scavenger Grounds, Myriad Landscape, Mystic Sanctuary, Otawara Soaring City, Rivendell, and 26 islands make up our land base. Solemn Simulacrum, Peregrine Drake, Baral, Chief of Compliance, High Tide, Sol Ring, Arcane Signet, Sky Diamond, Sapphire Medallion, Decanter of Endless Water, Mind Stone, Dramatic Reversal, Isochron Scepter, Thought Vessel, and Wayfarer's Bauble help us to ramp out and stay ahead of the curve. Archaeomancer, Archmage Emeritus, Spellseeker, Mystical Tutor, Brainstorm, Frantic Search, Surge of Brilliance, Dig Through Time, Consider, Quick Study, Factor Fiction, Flow of Knowledge, Impulse, Thirst for Discovery, Deliberate, Anticipate, Teferi's Ageless Insight, and Solve the Equation help us to dig through our deck and find answers. Brazen Borrower, Horned Lock Whale, Hypnotic Sprite, Sapphire Dragon, Sword Coast Serpent, Agent of Treachery, Venser Shaper Savant, Counterspell, Negate, Arcane Denial, Pongify, Swan Song, An Offer You Can't Refuse, Reality Shift, Mystic Confluence, Archmage's Charm, Cryptic Command, Snap, Rapid Hybridization, Sublime Epiphany, Hullbreaker Horror, Narset's Reversal, Unsubstantiate, and Narset Parter of Veils help us to keep our opponents in line. Cyclonic Rift, Filter Out, and Evacuation help us to reset the board as needed. Talran Sky Summoner, Swarm Intelligence, Jin Gataxia's Progress Tyrant, Sea Double, Elminster's Simulacrum, and Reigns of Power are how we plan on winning the game. Now that we have our deck list, we should compare it to our checklist. 48 mana sources split between 34 lands and 14 pieces of ramp. A little light, but that's fine because we're a monocolored deck and we have 18 pieces of card advantage, 24 pieces of interaction, 3 board wipes, 1 piece of graveyard hate in Scavenger Grounds, 1 sudden I win card in Hullbreaker Horror. No, seriously. Okay, when I was building this deck, I thought about making it a flicker deck. Because, as I'm sure you've guessed by now, the sub-theme of this deck is adventures. Sean wanted to be able to cast an adventure, and then cast the creature on the next upkeep for free, with Ojer Pakpatiq giving all of our instants rebound. Yes, it does work this way. Adventures are weird. Not as weird as Mutate, but that's a can of worms I'm not opening today. Anyway, there are only 11 mono-blue adventures that are also instants, and one of them is Virtue of Knowledge, which is a great Magic card. Panharmonicon effects are always fun. But our commander cares about instants, not permanents entering the battlefield. So I cut most of the flicker package and only left a few creatures with good enter the battlefield effects. Because even though we aren't a flicker deck, we are a bounce deck. We can keep returning things to our hand over and over again. And what card is better at doing that than Hullbreaker Horror? Do you have an Ojer Pakpatiq Deepest Epic commander deck? What about one of the other gods from the Lost Caverns of Ixalan? Leave a comment below. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, a huge shout out to my editor Cutestuff. I couldn't make these videos without her. If you'd like to hire her to edit your own videos, she can be reached at cutestuff.edits@gmail.com. Link is down below. If you're looking for ways to support the channel directly, you can head on over to patreon.com/Danon. For only $25, you too can have a commander video built at your request. I also wanted to give a quick shout out to all of my patrons: Waffles, Jiraiya, Danny, Muffins, Marcus, Squishy, Brett, Roxy, Josh, Sean, Pob Zombie, Mark, Borgie, Jake, Exiled Rogue, Nazwin, Pedro, Aranor, Tom, Echo Fox, Midge, Swifty, Lucius, and Detroff. You guys are awesome. I post new Commander Deck videos every weekday, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified of new videos. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again next time on Commander by Danon.